Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, the 7th installment in this franchise, directed by Chris McQuarrie. This is his 3rd one in the franchise. Tom Cruise is back as Ethan Hunt, saving the box office one death-defying stunt at a time. This franchise has been going on nearly 30 years, and like I said, with it being the 7th, they have definitely taken their time in between installments. It's been 5 years since we've seen Fallout, and this was by far one of my most anticipated films of this year. This is one of my favorite action franchises. I definitely miss the earlier installments when there were different directors with unique and diverse styles and visions. But it makes sense why they stuck with McQuarrie for the last couple ones and will continue to do so, because his films have shown great success both with the box office and also the critical reception. Here's the simplified version of this film. If you love the Mission Impossible movies, you are at very least going to get just as much out of this one. Where it falls within the rankings of all of them, honestly, at this point, I don't even care because they're all enjoyable. Your anticipation for thrills and action set pieces that will leave you on the edge of your seat is at least going to be matched. They are authentic and sincere, and Tom Cruise's dedication to making this real and doing it all himself shows in the final product. As far as sincerity goes, the tone of this film comes across especially well. As an action film that doesn't feel the need to insert this post-internet meta humor, winking at the audience, breaking the fourth wall. The commitment to the idea that what you are seeing is real really adds to the tension for you as the audience as you're watching this on screen. But even with that sincerity within the action set pieces, it's actually one of the funniest installments, I think, within this franchise. And the way that they are able to balance that sincerity and humor and not rely on the humor just being sarcastic one-liners that are winking at the camera. The humor becomes so natural just due to its absurdity of how far they're willing to take these tense action scenes. Most of the themes within this specific film are ones that have been already detailed and explored within other installments of this franchise. But it's lovely because they continue to go back to the core and heart of what these movies are, and that's the friendship between these characters. I've already seen lots of tweets and reviews point out that Mission Impossible has accomplished what Fast and Furious wants to so desperately be, with this idea of found family and friendship. Fast and Furious continues to insert this term family over and over in every single line because, unfortunately, without them constantly saying it, you wouldn't really believe it. But Mission Impossible seems to do a much better job selling the idea that these people are a found family, that they have true, sincere friendship, and they do it by showing you how much these characters care for each other. And while we've seen previous films briefly touch on Ethan Hunt's relationship to family, this film adds just a little bit more context to the supporting characters in this franchise and how they also all come from similar backgrounds. And they're all desperately looking for the same thing, and that is this friendship. Now, the more unique theme that Dead Reckoning Part 1 offers is our relationship to AI. And even deeper than that, it wrestles with the question of how much free will we actually possess as humans. The control of this AI, known as the Entity, which kind of serves as the role of a god in this film, it becomes desired by everyone involved, from our heroes to our antagonists. And the reason I use the word God and believe that this is a placeholder for that concept is because this AI becomes all-knowing. It can predict the probability of human action and really tells us exactly how the future is going to go, with the help of a man literally named Gabriel. So I don't think I'm too far off in what this metaphor is trying to tell us. Though Ethan Hunt and others throughout the movie need to figure out how much free will they actually have, and should they just go along with what this AI algorithm predicted, or can they try to break that and form their own path because the path offered to them isn't the best outcome for them and their friends. It's a very relevant theme, especially for the technology aspect of it. But it does bother me a little bit thinking too deeply about it, especially considering the problematic context outside of this film with Tom Cruise's relationship to religion. But it might get your brain thinking, and I'm excited to see how it's further explored within the next installment. The addition of Haley Atwell and Pom Klementieff are fantastic. As the installments continued, this franchise has really perfected at adding new supporting characters. Because no surprise, everyone else in this franchise that we love is also great in this movie. Actor's skills are fully utilized here. The ones who can do amazing stunts are doing amazing stunts, and the ones who have really perfected their line delivery are delivering the best lines of the film. And out of all the part ones that we are seeing this summer, this one is definitely the most self-contained within a singular story and movie. There's a slight cliffhanger, but it doesn't feel nearly as drastic as Across the Spider-Verse or Fast X. And I think it's kind of ironic because this is the only one within those 3 movies that I just listed that has part 1 within the title. I honestly don't know if they even needed to add that part 1. If this would have just been titled Dead Reckoning and have the movie end the way it did, I don't think many people would be upset about that, especially knowing that another movie was coming out next year. That being said, there are several character storylines that don't feel as complete, and it's really hard to criticize those quite yet until I see the full picture of where this story is going to end. Like I said, I love this franchise, so there is very little reason to believe that I would dislike this movie even a little bit. One of my favorite movies of the summer, one of my favorite movies of the year. It's a great time, and I would highly encourage you to see this on the biggest screen you possibly can. That's Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Have you seen it? What do you think? Comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I will see you next time.